Hello everybody, this is Con back in my Waja after 6 days of driving various other cars, 4 days in the COM convoy and another 2 days in the Persona going for the Proton One Tank Challenge. So now, back in the Waja. Hey, this is the steering wheel of the Waja, and if you're wondering, this is a voiceover because during the course of this video recording, something went wrong with the audio recording, and as a result, this video was mute. So as you can see, the airbag warning light is showing, and also another issue I'm having is that simultaneously as I turn the steering wheel, I hear some weird clicking noises inside. Yeah, so indicating something inside the steering wheel is broken. Okay, but the car itself still drives normally. When I turn the steering wheel, the car still handles the way I know it. So we know for a fact that there is nothing wrong with the steering rack mechanism, okay, but you suspect that something is wrong elsewhere. So also I noticed another issue that I faced was that at the same time as the airbag light was flashing, my horn suddenly developed a life of its own, and yeah, so the horn just sounded on its own without me pressing the horn button. Okay. Also, at the same time, the steering mounted controls also seem to go haywire. The radio seem to adjust its volume and switch frequencies as it like. So basically, right, all this points to something wrong with the connection between the steering wheel and the car, because all this, right, you have the airbag module inside the steering wheel, then also the steering mounted controls in the steering wheel, and also the horn. So all this points to a problem with the clock spring in the steering, which is the mechanism that connects all the various electronics inside the steering wheel to the car's wiring. Okay, because that would explain the funny sounds that occur when the steering wheel is being turned. Okay, so for time, okay, there was a period as I was driving this car. The horn just blared continuously for a good 1 or 2 kilometers. People around me probably thought I was crazy, and in response, I actually had to disable the horn by pulling out the horn fuse. Now, this one also gave me another headache because the Waja's fuse box, passenger compartment fuse box, is not very conveniently placed. Okay, you have to remove this panel, and the way the fuses are angled, right, is that you actually have to reach inside at a very awkward angle to pull the fuse out. Now, of course, Proton provides you a clip, okay, you use that clip to pull the fuse, but such is the angle which the fuses are mounted, sticking your fingers in there to pull that fuse, right? Okay, that was my daughter. Sticking the clip inside to pull the fuse, not an easy task. So whoever that designed this fuse box really needs to be shot. So nothing can be done. Time to head to the service center to get this fixed. Alright guys, just got my car into the service center. Here's the job sheet. So they're checking on the problem now, but there may be a bit of a wait, because you see the clock spring is not something that regularly needs to get changed. So a small service center like this, right, usually will not have this part in stock. They probably have to order this from their parts warehouse. Okay, right now it's 4:20 p.m. on an afternoon. Let's see how long it would take them to have that fixed for me. Yeah. So the technician is opening up the steering wheel. This is definitely not something that I would DIY. Okay, so the horn switch module is taken out. That's together with the airbag module. So let's see what's behind the steering wheel. All these wires. These are all wires. So now the technician, I believe, is having to actually remove the steering wheel. And I believe he's putting a marker there to indicate, to mark for him where is the center line, so that when he reattaches the steering wheel, he gets it back into the proper orientation. Nice touch, very nice touch. Alright guys, so here is the steering wheel taken out. Okay, the steering wheel. And here, this part, this is the clock spring. This is the offending mechanism. As I turn this, look at this. Okay, so something obviously is broken in here and that needs to be fixed. Okay, so now the technician is opening up the steering column. So they've taken out the steering column shell. Now I think he's finally removing the actual clock spring mechanism. Okay, so here's the clock spring removed. Okay, they have taken the clock spring away to check the parts number and order from the warehouse. Yeah, so later I'll track that part down to show you on this video. So in this particular clock spring, let's look closely. You see the flexi circuits in there are broken, so that is probably what's causing all the faults. Yeah, and you know this is you always, because this part moves a lot every time when you turn and corner, so it is also a wear and tear component, and yeah, so it inevitably will fail one day. So as the steering turns, this thing turns with the steering. The black part is fixed, this part turns with the steering. So check this out. Okay, this part is not repairable. If spoil, have to replace the whole thing. Oh boy. Okay guys, so it's 5:30 p.m. Okay guys, so it's just 5:35 p.m. and we've got a new clock spring being installed right there. Okay, so it's almost 6 p.m. I took a bit of time to use the washroom just now. So, well, the car delivered to me on time, 1 hour as promised. And overall price is 488 ringgit including labor. I also got a 50 ringgit loyalty discount. Okay, which this workshop offers. So with this loyalty scheme here, right, every 100 ringgit you get 1 stamp, and once you complete all 10 stamps, you get a 50 ringgit discount. So I have now got another 50 ringgit discount voucher waiting to be redeemed in some future date. So let's test the new mechanism, the new clock spring. So alright, so let's adjust the volume. Working, up, down, working, and adjust the tuning, up, down, working. Fabulous. Okay, and of course the what you call that, the airbag warning light no longer troubles me, and the horn is working, but horn sounds a bit different. So I asked the service center about it. Chances are because the Waja apparently has 2 horns. Okay, 2 horns. One of them is probably blown, and I suspect it's because the other day when I first discovered I had this problem, I was actually driving for a whole kilometer with the horn blaring all the way without being able to do anything about it, because inside the connection all sorted already. So as a result, maybe because due to that prolonged sounding, right, one of the horns actually blew. Yeah, but the replacement cost for that is 90 bucks, but I decided to skip that because the horn really is not an essential item that I believe I can do with just 1 horn. Later, if the remaining one gong out as well, then maybe I'll change both at one go. Alright, so right now I'm stopped at a traffic light. This is a straight road, okay, and I was approaching this on a straight line, and look at this steering wheel saying at one side. It is simply I guess they did not tighten the steering wheel correctly, which I find that a bit annoying, because before this, as you will have seen in the video, the technician actually marked the screw on the steering wheel. So by right, this should have been properly secured straight ahead. So right now I have a steering wheel that is slanted a good 10 degrees to the left side. So anyways, I am willing to chalk this off as a simple mistake, but this has to be fixed. I mean, come on man, how to drive like this? My 9 and 3 steering position now become 830, 230 already. Susah man. So yeah, now it's already 6:30. It's a bit late. So I guess I just have to go back either tomorrow or day after when time permits and get them to straighten the steering. Alright, back at the service center to get the steering straightened. Technician has taken the car out for a test drive, so now he's going to get his tools out to reinstall the steering wheel. Time to go through the whole drill of opening up the steering wheel again. Alright, problem solved. Steering is properly aligned again. So technician explained to me that the reason, despite them putting a marker inside there to indicate the straight ahead position, right? The steering was previously misaligned, probably because of free play. So what is free play? Free play is like, when the steering is a bit of steering motion here is not translating to motion at the wheels. So this free play can happen to you call it any mechanical device or contraption. So especially one with 10 years of operation, there is sure to be some degree of free play there. And as you see, I'm moving the steering. Okay, so this is the free play, and this the technician at first failed to take this into account when reinstalling the steering wheel, thus causing the steering to be installed at an angle. But that has since been fixed, and now the car drives well again.